What's up, everybody? Brett here, and I'm back today playing some more Battle Brothers on the Warriors of the North DLC. Picking up a little bit after where we left off last time. I crushed that tiny orc group, just a couple berserkers and orc young, and I'm getting ready to head into the Rotting Cranks camp. So what's different? What's new? Okay. Yesterday, last episode, we lost Skibo Swolearm, and I was broken up about it. And I kind of decided to do something. All right, check it out. So follow me here through my headcanon as I introduce you to Skeeb the Younger. So the story I'm going with, this was formerly Housed in the Blade, a character that didn't have a name, and the subscriber who I asked if he wanted this name wants to wait for another character, and now we have openings for that. But here we go. Skeeb the Younger is the son of Skibo. He heard tale of his father's great deeds as a mercenary and was trying to find him. Finally caught up with him, they reunited, but before he could ever see any action, his father dies at the hands of a lindworm. He picks up his shield, puts on his father's orc trophy necklace, and goes into battle for the first time. So, Skeeb the Younger has joined our party. He is a sellsword. His stats are great, and he's going to be a good addition. So we have some levels here that we can also mess around with. We have Folkir Runeblade here, who's definitely going to be a quick hands brother, so let's go ahead and give him that. Whether or not he uses a long axe or a great axe ultimately still remains to be seen. What do we have here? So let's take a 4 in fatigue. That's pretty dang good. Tempted to take a 3 roll here, but man, these 2s are just killing me. Let's take a 3 and a 3. And we'll just take 1 turn off of pumping his melee and range skill. But we'll get right on that pretty soon. Can't believe we got a 2 roll with a star and melee skill. Go over here to Kata, who's also managed to pick up a level. 1 more in range skill. Do 1 more in resolve. And God, I hate uneven numbers. Let's give him a 5. Let's give random 5. So what I've done for this battle is to pull out all of our most experienced brothers, kind of switch up their gear a little bit. Can't believe Wonton Fu is only level 13. That's crazy to me. I guess he just hasn't gotten that many kills as a spearman, but he's been in forever. Could consider pulling out Kata, but we're going to need some of this DPS if we're going to win this fight. And let's give him some slightly better gear. We want these guys to have the best chance. We've got Isaac and Svarog out on the wings. They've got pulled out. And we're going to head into this orc camp and give our new brothers a chance to test themselves. Many orc young, a few berserkers, some orc warriors. This is not a nothing fight. This is a pretty scary fight. Yeah, 13 of them. And the game saw fit to put us in a hole. It's not really a hole because at the end of the day we're still on even ground with the rest of them. But it would have been nice to be on high ground. But they gave that to Leisure Side here. Alright, a bit of a whiff. We do have some poison on John D. Would have loved to kill some berserkers before this battle started. 83%, not bad, and that took almost half his HP. The warriors, of course, as usual, are going to be the real problems here, and there are 3 of them. It looks like 4 of them. And we haven't managed to get an opening turn kill. The real issue with orcs at the moment is that we don't have Indomitable on every brother. Damn, if we landed that, we would have gotten that kill. Indomitable would let us keep this high ground position, especially for the first turn. Instead, I think our entire front line is going to get stunned and potentially knocked off this high ground. Step up here, step up there. Alright, wish us luck. This is a dangerous fight for the new brothers to be initiated in. We could have considered putting poison on this weapon. Not the best weapon to have poison on, but it wouldn't have hurt. Wow, instead of coming in, he's going to opt to move up and around. They really don't like this high ground. And they're not charging in. Okay, he did. And luckily the bone plating took the first hit. We'll probably be able to snipe out the berserkers this turn. This armor's already half broken. I probably should have seen that. Alright, I'll take that hit. You know what, and I'll step up here and go for that shot. And hopefully that'll start wrecking their morale a little bit. Yeah, that's what I was worried about. That exact scenario. Ugh. Now instead of fighting on the high ground, we're fighting on the low ground. It's axe time. That did decent damage to his armor. 91% is what we missed. Good hit, but we did hit him in the head, which is not what we wanted. So what do we have here? Gash. A powerful slashing attack that is likely to inflict debilitating injuries, but look at the fatigue that we have on this guy. Not a good idea. We managed to get a split nose on him anyway. They jumped in, so no more throwing weapons for us. Somehow have a higher chance to hit this guy than this one, despite the fact that he looks more armored than the other guy. And the big thing here is that we focus. And I think we go for a billhook shot instead of reloading the crossbow. Because if we hit it, it may apply some sort of leadership debuff that could be very useful. You know what? Let's do it. We could have stepped here, but I don't want to give him the high ground at all. Let's get adrenaline. Swords not being the best weapons versus heavily armored orcs. Alright, see what we can do. I was going to say, if we could make him at least breaking, that would be nice. His chances to hit have gone down significantly. Missing there, even once, was bad. He's wavering. Both of those javelin tosses have whiffed. Ooh, and he tried to move instead of attacking. This is rough. Quick Hans does not want to be here, but at least he's very well armored. And y'all better not break that shield. We need to help all the brothers who are struggling right now. That actually may end up being good for us. And a decapitation from Folkir. Like a man. Good job. Put one shot on him. Okay. This is a rough spot. Ragnar is well armored though. Good damage. And now we can pop somebody. 61%, 53, 83. Let's take that. And we managed to daze him. Another decapitation. Sir Gimli's the one who's probably in the most trouble right now. So I think we need to try and help him if we can. We can switch, reload, and then shoot. Go for a decapitation, but we hit his armor. And as much as I wanted to kill that guy, if I can get one less person surrounding Gimli, that would be a plus. Pretty worried about him. He's got 97 HP and 81 armor still. He could probably survive 2 attacks easily. Let's hope we get a little luckier than that, though. Okay, stun on Ragnar. Trying to break our shield, these jerks. You can see what the damage is. We cut his artery. He's got a grazed neck as well. Alright, they're going on Skeeb, who's doing great for his first battle. He managed to injure an orc warrior. And yeah, those are the type of hits we were talking about. So, let's try and put some of these dudes in the ground. That was beautiful. That was also nice. Step in here. Smack him in the head. And we don't really have a good spot. We want to get in on this guy. Let's come up here and help our brother. Good, and that instantly made him rout. Horrible miss there from Hans. That's going to be pretty rough. And at least they didn't damage Gimli there. Tried to run and got cut down. Can't move. Trying to see if there's any incremental advantage to be gained. That orc warrior, I mean, there's still an orc warrior sitting on top of one of our boys, and he tried to break our shield again. And Ragnar just took some very heavy hits. Get that surround. Nice, perfect. Okay, that was half of the equation I was trying to set up. Trying to get him to rout, essentially. That puts one less person on Ragnar, who's in a little bit of trouble. Time for the big weapon to come out. 76, and we nail it. He's now breaking. If we could hit him again, that would be good. We hit him in the head, though. We didn't want to move here. Yeah, perfect. We didn't want to step in with Behemoth because Behemoth would have not been able to swing, is what I was trying to say. And that's it. That's all parties concerned are down. First battle for a lot of our brothers, though harrowing, has ended up being a great success. Just the right mix of new guys with our amateurs, and we're good to go. And good job from Brant the Warhound, too. Not getting terrified of the giant green men, who would probably happily eat a war dog. Come on. Actually, sometimes I don't even mind when they get the kill, but it's definitely nice that the kill went to our boy John D, because that gave him a little bit extra experience. Look at the experience on him. The big numbers are probably due to the training. Yeah, 500 again. Pretty good. These weapons are going to be worth quite a bit, which is why we're taking these fights. We don't currently have an ambition. We don't currently have a contract. Those things will change shortly. But before we do anything, let's go ahead and make sure that we are leveling. Colossus here is going to give us a little bit of HP. We'll take a 3-roll there, a 4-roll here, and a 4-roll there. That was a tempting 4-roll here, because we could end up making him another throwing brother, just like. Ooh, let's consider that. A 4, a 4, and a 4. We can get plenty of other melee defense, range defense rolls. We really want to get hit points. We want to get them above that 71, getting one-shotted by a Lindworm in the face type HP. And And we'll see. We'll see where the range skill goes. If he gets another high roll and we can get him easily above 60, then we could have, you know, another throwing master on our hands. That would be cool. And Jotnar got a level as well. Let's get him. Hate nines. Nines are the worst number. It's like 59. It's terrible. And that all looks good to me. He's got 107 HP. That's crazy. It's a little too much. And then here, John D. the Wicked, who's going to be our ninja character. I like getting Colossus because if he's going to have Nimble, HP is going to be even more important on him. The 3 there is very important. 4 in Fatigue. And a 5 in Initiative. But I think I'd rather take the 3 roll in Melee Defense. Initiative and Fatigue are going to be 2 very important defensive things for him. It might be correct to completely ignore Melee Defense and Range Defense, especially considering he has 2 stars in it, and a 3 roll is not exactly an impressive roll. But I would have to sit down and do the math on that, and of course I have not done that. So forgive me if that wasn't completely optimal. But at the end of the day, 3 Melee Defense is not bad. It's never going to be a bad thing. So I want to take this fight as well. We're very close to broke. I can't pass up really any fights at all. So today is going to be kind of a rebalancing episode where we try and recover from losing a difficult brother. We try and recover from spending a fortune on a helmet. And yeah, that's today's episode. And thankfully we're fighting zombies, so us getting onto the high ground. See if we can just take a lucky shot at a Geist. Sometimes you can hit them. 5% chance is not a 0 chance. Man, if you could, he would be a legend. If he could, like, 360 no scope a Geist with an axe. No, you wanna go here, buddy. We gotta make some room for Sir Gimli. Let's move over. There's no Necromancer here. For the most part, what we kill will stay dead. Giving him a nice wide formation. Our armor is still not repaired on Sir Gimli. We need to consider that before we go into the next battle. Not always relevant versus Wiedergangers, of course, but I see, yeah, we're gonna really prioritize taking care of that. Also, we don't have our banner in this fight, or our sergeant, so we're gonna have to do this the old-fashioned way, just by killing and hoping nobody gets wrecked by Geists. But if we could do it in the early game, we can do it now. If you can dodge a wrench, you can dodge a ball. Anyone with a weapon that goes down is a plus. Because the Geists themselves aren't really the ones that do the damage. They can if they close in on melee, but they're not likely going to be the ones that do the damage in these types of fights. Let's Bill hook it up. Wow, we whiff on the kill. We'll encircle this poor zombie. And that'll allow us to push forward a bit. If we land one hit, we might be able to get a decapitation, and we did. So we can step forward confidently knowing that he's not coming back. And then bill hook. Step forward here. Do we have a kill? No. The screams will be coming next turn, I do believe. Luckily, they started on a bit of lower terrain themselves. Because while they don't have fatigue issues necessarily, they do have action points, just like everyone else. Was hoping that kill would give us a bit of a morale boost. See our little flags? Those help us resist things like Banshee Screams or Geist Screams. We can go ahead and take a look here. It'll tell us exactly what their moves are called and things like that. Yeah, Horrific Scream. Yeah, they managed to rout some of our front line. Which is rough, but they're not the ones ultimately who are going to be doing all the damage. And they'll probably come back. We can just land a few more of these kills. And if we could get in on these guys, that would be great. But they're doing a good job of like plugging the gaps. I mean, look at this wall. Getting the kill there was great. Yeah, let's get in there. We could drop dogs. If this was a more dire scenario, I would probably want to drop dogs. Just don't think we need to. Do I go for it? Yeah. And let's use adrenaline to try and attack first. Decapitation there. 24 versus 29. We'll go for that. Okay, managed to make it out. Perfect. Sucks that they went all the way down the hill, because if they rally next turn, I'm going to have to bring them back up the hill. Go first there as well. Perfect. We can step in. And they may very well rout a lot of these other brothers too, but if there's no zombies to back them up, they're really not that big of a threat. Hammer to ghost. That's how you do it. Yeah, that's a little crappy. But I think we have enough tools here to do what we need to do. Do we not have quick hands yet on him? We don't. Oh, man. Come on, John D. I hope I remember to level him. Kind of looked like I didn't, maybe. We know Kata's got the axe. So the scary part kind of comes when our brothers try and run, and then they get ghost-handed. You know what? We're going to rotate him out. That way only one Geist gets a chance to hit him. Man, and missing those is pretty rough. We're going to do the same here. Good kill. We're just doing this the old-fashioned way, and that's what I'm talking about. That right there. They completely pierced our armor. Still can't do that. And had he been sitting here, they both might have taken shots at him and killed him. Did we not step up? No. Alright. We'll wait and see how we can move. I think that was the best option. Couple misses there, it's pretty rough. We really have to kill them. This is super duper dangerous. It's all good and everything, but this is the one we have to kill. So it's dog time. Yeah, perfect. Perfect. And everyone gets to go home. Alright. Behemoth levels. Quick hands, John D. A little bit more loot to take home and sell. And then we've got a dangerous fight next to us now. Quick hands, we gotta have it. 3 and a 4, happy to see that. His resolve is so weak. Let's get him at least to that 50 benchmark. I would have loved to take the HP there just to get him over 71. But I think he'll survive for now. Famous last words. Quick hands. What do we do with you, buddy? You're wearing some pretty gnarly heavy armor. What do we do with you? Rotation could be cool. Your range skill, let's see what kind of rolls we get. A 4 in range, that's nice. 3 in fatigue. And man, I hate seeing a 1 in anything. But as long as he's using a kite shield, I mean, his range defense is 26. It's probably best just to take a 2 in melee skill. And what do we want for him? Indomitable? Do we want, you know, something like Crippling Strike's Execution or something he can apply on hit with his throwing weapons? I like that. I mean, I also wish we could give him something like Overwhelm. Fast Adaptation seems pretty good as well. So next level we're going to unlock 2 skill points. If we go like something like Fast Adaptation here, we could go Crippling Strike's Executioner. Headhunter also seems good, because these weapons also have a 10% chance to hit the head. Which is just a more vulnerable part of the body for sure. Killing Frenzy is great. It's tough. I think Killing Frenzy is more universal. He's got Fearsome as well. We had some interesting choices there, but I think I'm happy with the choices that I made. Here we have a brother who can definitely become an Axe Master, and that'll help him with his fatigue. So what this does is skills build up 25% less fatigue. That's great. Split shields, the damage is increased by 50%, which means it's actually useful. Without this, it sucks. But when you split shields with a Great Axe, with an Axe Mastery, you have a good chance of one-shotting people's shields. Round Swing gets a plus 5% chance to hit, and we're not using the long axe on him, but that's okay. Mostly really good for his fatigue. And here we get a really poor fatigue roll. We'll take a 3 in melee defense. We'll take a 4 in resolve. And I think we'll get him just that little bit extra HP. So much HP. Too much HP, honestly. But I hate getting one-shotted. If you watch the last episode carefully, when Skibo died, he had no armor, but he still had full HP. And I don't remember exactly what Skibo's HP was, but it was probably pretty decent for him to get from 100 to 0 in one Lindworm strike. So, I mean, 96 HP is pretty cool to me. So what we're going to do is, it's been fun playing with our new brothers, but some of them really need to get switched out. So Gimli mostly because his armor's jacked up. Let's just take out all the new brothers for a second. Actually, I think Behemoth can stay for now. So Mudun is about to level. Quick Hans mostly just want you to give back your armor. Alright. Svarog can take his corner back. I kind of want Quick Hands to stay in just because I want him to level. think we should pull out Ragnar. And Ragnar's armor is beat up pretty badly as well. Let's pull out Skibo. Or Skeeb. I'm probably going to call him Skibo a lot. We can leave in Folkier, perhaps, and John D. and try to get them a little bit leveled. Let's put him back in. We definitely need to give him some armor, though. No reason not to give him a better shield. Is that good enough? No, we need one more man, of course. I'm pretty guilty of doing that from time to time. Zach is already level 15. Is anyone close to leveling? We could put Behemoth back in for one more, but he's going to need someone else's armor. And I don't mind going wide in the front line versus the undead. I don't mind that at all. This armor's not bad. Is there any other armor that we have, though? Oh no, he has to come out. Quick Hands has to come out. I forgot, he was at 29 HP. That is not enough. Not enough at all. Maybe we just put in Fritz. And then for our... I think that's fine. And now we're just passing gear around. He is still wearing his busted armor. This armor is in perfect condition. And I think that's good. I think we're good. Alright. Let's head on into the Overgrown Foundations. Probably just a big undead fight. Ooh, we don't want to go in at night though. So we'll just camp, repair our stuff. Hopefully heal. We need 52 tools. Jesus. One of the reasons why I love fighting orcs is because they do give you a ton of tools. Let's get in here. I'm expecting Geist. I'm expecting, you know, fallen heroes. I'm expecting whatever. It's 24 of them. Fallen heroes, a lot of fallen heroes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Quite a few. And we didn't just start on the bottom of a hill, we started like on the bottom of a hill. We're going to let our front line go forward. We'll put our back line here. It's a little rough because we have nowhere to retreat, essentially. Okay, we'll step up here. The Naxurhers are not a real issue. Let's remove the foliage just so we can see the pathing. We can generally kill them at will. These are armored Wiedegangers. They're not nothing. They're decent meat shields. I'm looking at the weapons here. That's a military cleaver. That's a dangerous weapon. The rest are hatchets, and this is a wing mace and a fighting axe. So some pretty dangerous weapons on them as well, and they are heavily armored. We're going to need our two-handed bros to go to work. Man, I can't believe how crappy our position is. This sucks. Absolutely sucks, but at least our front line is on high ground. And the only ones that can push us are guys with shields. 42%. We'll take the 61 and we'll miss. And I mean, even our new brothers that we have in the front line, I mean, that's a great axe. That's a big mace. Those are pretty good weapons against the undead. They just do a ton of DPS in one shot. Can we get up there? We can. Okay, that's all I care about. Let's actually even switch. Let's get that long axe, that legendary long axe, out and doing some work for us. Nice. Just a little shot onto him. Put a little damage down range. Did we reload? I think we did. So I'll just leave that. We want them to start coming in so we can start getting those confidence boosts on kills. Pop him with the hammer. We got him. Wouldn't mind getting some of the really heavy fallen hero plate. Good kill. And you see the confidence boosts going. They're very heavy, but they're also really strong. And instead of reloading, we'll go bill hooks. That proved to be a pretty good decision. Would love it if the fallen heroes really hang back and just let me slaughter these Wiedergangers. But it looks like they're going to want to get in here pretty soon. The Nagzurhers are going to try and sit in the back and eat corpses and get bigger. But if we prioritize them correctly, we should be able to prevent them from doing anything this battle, honestly. Go for a line shot. That should kill him. And another line shot and we hit both. That's awesome. No real chance for a decapitation there. No hit, no hit. We could have used Adrenaline to get a couple early kills. As long as they don't eat. Good. It's exactly where we want these things. In the front line, getting one-shotted. Hopefully. Like that. Can't believe we missed that. Go with the long axe. Got him down to 19, which means we've killed 5. Go for decapitation. And I'm tempted to step down. We know we can step here because it is safe. The only thing that could happen is he could step up and push us. The only thing we're worried about is this guy jumping in, eating the corpse, and becoming a level 2. Alright, let's try and get the kill. A kill there will give us a berserk reset. Go for the hit and then a decapitation. Go for another line shot. And because he's downhill, I mean, that's our chance to hit him is great. We'll pass. If we need to, we'll switch back to our crossbow, load it, and shoot it. But I expected the fallen heroes to come in. He stepped right into a triple surround, which I'm happy about. But check out these 3 fallen heroes. Ooh, and then he made that jump. Good for him, I guess. Game is giving us some interesting choices. Good hit, and we smashed his armor. Did some serious damage to him and dazed him. Okay. 61. We're going to try and hit that guy, because I think we're going to end up doing some sort of round swing. If we have the fatigue for it, that is. If we wanted to, we could make use of the hook. Doesn't do damage. They'll be staggered and lose initiative. We can't. If we were pulling him down several levels of height, that would be cool. We'd basically be pulling him off the high ground into the low ground, into a triple surround. But I think I'd rather try and do some damage. Let's go for the one that's already hurt. Love that. Love that too. If someone's going to be resurrected, I would much prefer it to be... Yeah, that's what we didn't want to happen. We much prefer it to be the Wiedergangers getting resurrected in a way that makes it so that they have to climb back. Who do we go for? Just not let them get any kind of, like, bonus from having a friend nearby. No chances to gang up and get increased chances to hit. We do need to, it looks like, protect Isaac a little. His armor's taking a beating. Go for the decapitation next turn there. $61, $66. Go for that guy. We could put a dog here on the low ground. But let's instead go for the swing. And then the big hit. And the armor appears to be gone. Which means we're going to hit this guy because our hammer does way more damage to armor. Alright. The only one I'm worried about right now is Isaac. But if he can manage to, you know, do what he just did, Matrix-style dodge some of these abilities, then we'll be fine. He's in a quadruple surround. Not that that matters. He does have underdog. He takes no malice whatsoever from being surrounded. Alright, see what you got. You hit us in the head. That's preferable. Go for the kill for the reset so we can take 2 swings instead of 1. Good kill there. Just keeping the numbers nice and low. Man, I can't wait for these guys to get more fatigue. Alright. Let's step in on the fallen heroes. We should be able to go for decapitation here, and we nail it. Good damage to the body, despite, you know, go for the decapitation, and we get it. So, you know, I've probably mentioned this before, but decapitation against fallen heroes doesn't really do anything. They'll just come back anyway. We've done a good job of cleaning this up, but Isaac's still not out of the woods. We should be able to take this zombie and maybe kill this Nagzurher. Depends on how many dudes come back this turn. Hopefully just about none, especially down here. Yeah, and there's Headless Nick. Kill there would have been really nice. Nearly got him dead. He's running. Step up. At least we put Overwhelm on him. I'll take that. Strike down. Severely stun. That is a thing, but I don't think you can stun the undead. It's worth knowing. Good hit. Leisure Side's been doing work back there. I'm going to move this away. Let's get the kill. I was going to say, dang, I wish... Decapitation there is nice. I was hoping to have enough fatigue to do a round swing. But instead of Sir Lancel jumping into a triple surround, he's now, you know, there's only 2 guys on him. I think for the most part, too, that Lancel probably has underdog. So surrounds just aren't a thing for most of our squad. But getting, you know, these 4 huge weapons on this one fallen hero with no armor is going to be the end for him. And I do like having what's essentially like a 5-man surround on this fallen hero as well. So we're wrapping them up. Just put them right back in the ground. Big axe. Big axe. Nice. And we get the axe. So that's going to be a really nice thing for us to sell. We'll just chill here. Because if he comes back, I don't want to have to reposition ourselves. I will, however, step back with Isaac. He's going to take a second. But luckily he's fighting... Let's go for the decapitation. That was our chance to go for decapitation. Luckily for us, he's fighting our best armored and currently one of our best health brothers. Alright, let's see who resurrects. That makes sense to me. We'll jump in for the better surround whenever we do that. Stay on the high ground. About to say, all we need is 1 hit. Let's go for him. I have no doubt this one is dead. Nice, and we get the flanged mace. I think it's what it's called, winged or flanged mace. And down they go. So, decent little fight there. And we're going to pick up some gemstones and some metal pauldrons for our trouble. That's great. These things are about 900, and we'll use them. Absolutely. We also pick up some decayed coat of scales. It's 36 fatigue, though. And we picked up some helmets. We have one of the better ones. The decayed great helm is definitely better than the decayed full helm. But once again, it's still super duper heavy. And the fighting axe. And the winged mace. And the military. So we got all the best stuff. We got all the best stuff we could hope for from that fight. No unique loot or anything like that. But like I said before, this is essentially a recovery mission that we're on right now. Gimli has leveled once again. He's doing great. As a 2-handed brother, he will definitely need something like Underdog to help protect him. I may also want to get him Steel Brow. Take a 3 roll in melee skill, not his finest of rolls. And then we'll take a 4 in resolve. Putting him near that 60 mark that he needs to be at in order to be reliable if he's going to be a lone wolf brother. Alright, I'm not sure if we should head back quite yet. Maybe we can take another fight. While traveling the land, Sir Mudum gets struck by bird shit. It hits his sword hand and splashes crosswise all over his armor. Aww. His arms go wide like chicken wings as he looks at the damage. Bloody hell, just my luck. Someone bring down that plum transgressor. Ragnar looks up, hand shielded over his eyes, tongue out. He sees the bird and nods. He licks a finger, puts it to the air, and nods again. The archer grins as he knocks an arrow. With crime there is punishment. The mercenaries groan and mock the man's moralizing, but he calmly raises the bow and lets the arrow loose. It zips and shrinks high into the air, and you can hardly see the shot, but you do see the bird suddenly crank sideways and start twirling to the earth. The sharpshooter nods and looks over at the company. You laughing now? This only brings more jeers. The archer snidely comments about its importance, and this brings about a healthy debate between the men who stand on the front line and those in the back. You tell the men, that if they want to argue which is better, they can prove it on the battlefield. So that was awesome. That gives us some really good morale going into the next battle. And finally, we get our next ambition to pick from. There are a few legendary mercenary companies. Okay. Most daring take on goblins in large numbers. This we want to do anyway, so that's pretty easy, but the Noble War I think is getting pretty close to an end. Many Orc Berserkers, we can take that fight. Let's just check and make sure our gear is solid, because we have no tools. Like, this piece of armor here is pretty rough, but he's standing in the middle of a formation. This one is rough as well. I just don't know if we have better. I mean, this is 162 versus 159. I mean, that is just strictly better. It's also, let's do this here. I think that's good enough for a couple berserkers that we're just going to shoot to death. Let's go for it. So guys, I don't know if I mentioned this, but I'm recording this today. It's my wife's birthday today. She's at work right now, but I've got like a pot of gumbo cooking on the stove. I've got my I got some good presents for her. So today I've been like running around crazy trying to get things done. That's why there's only been like one video a day. And then of course if my kids weren't in school, I'd probably still be able to do 2 videos a day. But as it stands, that is not the case. Use Indomitable here. See if we can draw out some damage. I hate being on any kind of low ground versus them, but if they want to fight on the low ground, then they'll be on the low ground as well. So basically told you that just to say, you know, if you're watching some of my other series and you're wondering where they are, it's just because those take up a good bit of time. And I'm currently a little short on time. So that's all. After probably tomorrow, I should be back to normal. We're passing. We're not using Indomitable. I think because of the terrain, they won't be able to charge me this turn. So I'll get one more turn of free shooting. This guy done messed up. This one too. Ooh, okay. He at least could swing. The other guy jumped in and couldn't do anything. Shoot at the one with no armor. No, that would have been catastrophic. Alright, missing there sucked. Good hit. Also a good hit. Alright, we smacked the armor. Man, I really don't want to fight them on the low ground, but took out the rest of the armor. Let's do something there. Alright, that sucked. Let's get out the bill hook. 81%. We missed such big chances, and we missed an 81 and a 72. That completely, man, if I knew I was going to miss those, I would have completely changed my plays there. It's Indomitable. Yeah, we gave them some free shots. I think it's going to end up being worth it, hopefully. Try and go first. Some big weapons here. Let's try and go first and use Indomitable. Super dangerous. I don't think he'll swing it, because then he'll definitely kill his other brothers. Or his brothers. His savage orc friends. Let's try and go first. Let's go for a line shot. I don't even know if we can hit. So let's just go for a normal one. Not quite a kill. Alright, I'll take it. And we'll step up just to give this dude another person to hit. Ow. Okay. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Definitely want to get that kill. What are you doing, John D? The orcs are the green ones. Go for the big hit and the potential easy kill. And now that he is breaking, fleeing, it's very good. Position leisure side just a little bit away. Go for the decapitation. Man, I was hoping we could get on that guy. We can if we use adrenaline. Nothing. Alright, no incremental advantage to be gained. Don't want to underestimate him just because he's the last one left. There goes the armor. About to say, he could still break our damn shield. That would make me pretty mad. John D, sneaky ninja. Not yet a full-fledged ninja, but he will be. And I think he's going to be pretty cool once he is fully fleshed out with all of his relevant perks. That was a pretty crucial hit. We needed that. That one as well. And you know what? I don't mind getting on the low ground as long as it gives us a better surround. We put that shot in his chest. We can. Alright. One stack of overwhelm, plus we caused him to waver. We shot ourselves in the back there. Come on, leader side, take it home. And he did. Nice, and just more very expensive weapons for us to sell. More experience on our brothers. Yeah, it says the Noble War is almost over. Did anyone level? Fulkir did. Very good. And he will probably be... You know what, let's just give him Brawny for now. Yeah, he needed that. Keep upping those 3s. I think we'll take a 4 here. He may end up with both crossbow and axe mastery. Wouldn't hate that. I would love to be a part of the final battle. I would just rather do it against one particular house. Although, like I said before, it doesn't really matter. If we're going to help, I think we're going to help this group fight this group in the final battle. We're going to help House Adelheim fight House Harkin, I believe is their name. Cross your fingers that the prices here are okay for selling. They're like the worst I've ever seen. Okay. Let's see if there's a contract for us to relocate. Foul creatures. Hunt down what terrorizes Finsterwald. Probably really easy contract. Nagzerhers, Webnecks, 12 dire wolves. Should be no problem. I can't tell if we're fighting them at night or at dusk. We'll see in a second. Looks like dusk. I'm actually happy to fight them because I've been wanting pelts. I'm just not that happy because I think they're also all frenzied. Almost all of them. I'm not that happy just because the sell prices here are so bad. What I was hoping to do was come here, sell a bunch of stuff, finally craft some Linworm related things. But it looks like oh no, damn it. I keep forgetting he doesn't have a two-hander. I was thinking I'd be able to attack from the back lines, but of course I cannot. I'm going to go first and take him out. Same here. Direwolves can be annoying, especially frenzied direwolves. They apply overwhelm, which is pretty obnoxious. was thinking that would get the kill. I'm just trying to rush through this fight, so it's not my smoothest. Alright, that's enough of that. Alright, step in. Decapitation. Send some shockwaves into the direwolf community about how the Jarls of Jorvik ain't nothing to you know what with. Man, I went back the other day and I watched some old Dave Chappelle skits. There's one with the Wu-Tang Clan where they have like a financial consulting firm. That is hilarious. I don't know if any of you guys grew up with Chappelle show. Dave Chappelle is surprisingly, for those of you who don't know much about him, he is a really thoughtful. I would pretty much. I don't think I'd be going out on a limb to call him a genius. Not even just comedically, but just as someone who sits and thinks about today's issues. You can go and listen to him give talks at colleges or art schools or things like that, and he's a really insightful person. You don't have to agree with everything he says, that's for sure, but he is a very insightful person, and he's Dave Chappelle. That dude is interesting to listen to, no matter what he's talking about. But yeah, for those of you who don't know, he's like more than just a goofy comedian. He's a pretty awesome person. See if we can get that kill. We don't want to let any of these pelts escape. These future pelts. It's a lot of bleed. Alright, this is all elementary. Just keep on passing. And you'll see they're applying Overwhelm, which is scary, right? They can attack 3 times in a turn. That's 3 stacks of Overwhelm. Especially when mixed in with other enemies, they're super dangerous. In our last playthrough, we had a fight with the Scrat, which is an enemy we haven't even seen yet. We saw some very early on. Of course, we didn't want to fight them. We're pretty geared to fight them now. They're a top tier enemy, and we had our first ever battle against the Scrat, where it was unbelievably difficult. Not only were we fighting a big group of Scrat for the first time, completely unprepared, but it ended up being a nighttime ambush forest battle, because you only ever fight them in the forest, essentially. A nighttime forest ambush battle, so all of our formation was wrong, our ranged units couldn't do anything, and yeah, let's be done with this. And they called upon the creatures of the forest or whatever the crap to come and aid them, and we ended up fighting, I don't even remember how many direwolves with them, but the direwolves were able to lock us down at the beginning of the battle when we were surrounded, and make it so that we couldn't change up our formations at all, which was horrible. Absolutely horrible in that particular battle. Let's wait a second and at least craft some stuff. That way when we head down, we can sell everything. Which was horrible because we had to first kill every single direwolf, and then after taking a beating from the direwolves because they were applying Overwhelm, they were just a really tough opponent. We'll craft 2 of those. And man, we don't have a lot of funds, but we can make 2 Lindworm shields? Oh my god. Would I rather have 1 cloak, 1 shield, or 2 shields? These are 6 shields, but we already have so many better shields. I think I'm just gonna make a cloak. And now we're pretty low on funds. Let's see if us helping out the villagers change their man, I love that shield. Whoever we give that shield to is also going to get the cloak, because fashion. Yeah, they like us a bit more, but still not enough to give us good prices on anything. The prices here are so bad. Let's not buy anything from here. And just try and head down to Strasbourg. You can fast forward. Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, I guess it really doesn't matter who we join the battle against, except, I mean, it does matter. So I can explain that in a second. It really does matter. Buy all that stuff. Let's sell the fur. The prices here seem to be decent. 16, I'll take that. We should sell this. So what I mean by it does matter is that House Harkin already doesn't really like us. If they go to neutral, it's almost an improvement, right? But House Adelheim kind of loves us. And if they go down to neutral, then that sucks. So if we can take a great battle from the point of view of House Adelheim, then we'll be pretty happy. All of this stuff would have been great to repair. Of course, we don't have the funds to do that. These prices are better than average, so we will take them. And just like that, we're back up to 7k, which is a pretty comfortable amount. We can also sell off one of these fighting axes. The orc shields, of course, we don't need. We also don't need both of these. Probably. Do we need an extra military cleaver? No, I'll keep the wing mace though, just because it's something different. And I'm happy to have all these armor augments for later. This needs to get repaired. We need to buy another stack of tools. Let's check out our food and see what we're eating. We need the cheap stuff. Right now we're eating all expensive things. So today's episode was a bit of a bounce back episode. I see these dogs. But if they have a kennel here, they probably have armored dogs. Let's pick up 2 of those. I think we have lots of open spots for either necklaces or dogs. There's 1. Okay, perfect. I bought the exact right amount on accident. I'll take it. And we can always check the armor. We almost certainly won't be buying anything. Flat top with closed mail is a really nice helmet. See, these pauldrons we got for free, 930. And then we can always check the weaponsmith too, just to see what they've got going on. Nothing unique, nothing we can't live without. Can look at the hires. I see a adventurous noble. It's a nice defensive background. He's also not very expensive. And I think that's all we want to do. We can always go back into our inventory. And I'll be doing a lot of the micromanaging of the brothers, moving people around at the beginnings of episodes to make sure that we kind of make the most of our arms and armor, that sort of thing. I'm going to make sure that we're not going into battles with janky equipment. And that's going to take up the beginnings of a lot of my my videos. So everyone is going to be wearing the best helmets we can give them. Just not people who throw things. Quick Hands doesn't need to be wearing that. This is a 250. That's such a good helmet. Anyone else that I can see? I think we're good. Except that Skeeb is pretty much naked. We can put Wolf Pelt on the reinforced mail hauberk. That's nice because it doesn't add any fatigue to that. It just adds durability and a chance to scare people away. Also looks pretty sweet with his skull shield and grizzly arch blade. Gotta give him a cooler helmet though. See, now he looks like an incredible badass, but his fatigue is 20. Yeah, taking this off only gives him 1 fatigue. He is the younger, but he's a goddamn tank on the battlefield. I think we hold on to these. The Lindworm scale cloaks I'd love to put on here, but it doesn't really make much sense. I mean, these are already 40. It's just we'd be cutting 2 fatigue and giving him the Lindworm blood effect. It would basically just be for cool factor, which I don't think is enough for me to do that. So we'll wait until we get some new armor, and then we'll consider putting the Lindworm scale cloaks, metal pauldrons, bone plating when we get more, and I'm sure we will. We've killed a lot of Unhold in this playthrough. Oh, and and the Lindworm shield. Someone's got to hold that. Someone has got to hold that. Who do we give that to? I think honestly it should be Wonton Fu. I think it should be him. With the dragon helmet? Yeah, that makes sense. And maybe we can get him some special armor and give him the Lindworm scale cloak. The spear and the shield. Love to get him a unique spear. Is everyone using a unique shield? They are. We have these two, like, kite shields in our inventory that no one's using. Guess we can sell off the heater shield. And we can maybe sell off the flat top. At least one of them. Maybe two. Put us back over 7K. That wasn't super necessary, but I don't mind. Anything else? Oh yeah. The prices on ammunition here are great. I should almost just buy all of it, and I think I will. It's not going to waste. Get a little extra food. Yeah, now's the time to stock up while we have the money. If we can get up to 8 days, we can. Can we get up to 9? No, not quite. But we're good to go. We're not going to take this contract. I kind of just, for the sake of today's video, want to move over to Wizendorf. We've gone pretty long today, as I can see by my recording stuff. Let's see if we can head over to Wizendorf. And maybe they'll have a contract for us to end the war from their perspective. What is this one again? Yeah, it is this one. Okay, so awesome. Let's tell them we need some time to think about it, and we'll consider doing this contract and then this one first. And then we'll end the war, we'll finish our ambition, and yeah, you guys will get to see the great battle at the end. Oh man, what a long one. Gotta go check on my gumbo. It's been just sitting on the stove. Alright guys, that's it for me today. Thank you so much for watching. Once again, my name is Brett. My channel is Goodtalk Gaming. I hope you enjoyed today's episode. It was a pretty fun one for me. It's a lot of just classic Battle Brothers grinding. We got some gear, we got some levels, and we sorted out our company in a way that makes sense. We're back in the black in terms of money and supplies. Although we need 90. Holy crap. Let me do this real quick before I forget. Jesus. Jesus. What are their prices like on ammunition? We may as well cap out. Jesus. We need so many tools. We need so many tools. Guys, that's it. I'll see you in the next one. Take care.